For me, Cowboys, Ravens. These are obviously the Ravens, I've got interest in them. Cowboys, I got winning the NFC East. To Nick's chagrin.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
You're a Cowboys guy.
So it's in pen. It's locked in.
It's close. As close as we can be in pen in May. But I think it's a great test for both defenses, right? That's really what we want to see. Lamar has, he's 2-0 against the Cowboys, hadn't played them a ton, but he's had his way, 120 passer rating. And we think this Cowboys defense has improved. You got Derrick Henry, you got Lamar, so it'll be a great test for them. And then for Baltimore, obviously that defense or that offense for the Cowboys is lightning. And so Jesse Minter, we'll see. He's supposed to, he's a defensive guy. Does he improve that defense? And they've made a lot of moves there too. Trey Hendrickson, et cetera, et cetera. So I think it's a great test for both of these defenses and should be an exciting game.
Love that game. And Lamar, historically has owned the NFC as a whole because they don't see him that often. Bonus take.
Yeah. That's exactly why I've got a bit of a smirk and a chuckle whenever I hear all this chatter about teams improving their defenses and whatnot. Because really? You're going to look at Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens right now and say that with a straight face? Come on. Seriously, just come on. For my money, the Ravens hold a massive edge in this matchup. Look, we all know the Cowboys operate with a pretty loose culture and atmosphere, very freewheeling. And now you're taking them overseas. What is Jerry Jones even going to do with himself? But here's the thing, it's only week 3. I see that game being chaotic, loud, and all over the place. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens are purely about business at this moment. They're locked in, fully focused, no distractions. And I genuinely believe Jesse Minter is going to take that defense to another level. So sure, the Cowboys' biggest selling point is unquestionably their offense. But now you're dropping them into a strange environment, a completely unfamiliar setting, right? How do you think that's going to play out? Ooh, I'm giving the advantage to Jesse Minter. Now let's talk offense. Which offense is truly built to travel well? Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, without a doubt. Absolutely without a doubt. And who are they facing? A defense that's still trying to figure itself out. Are we better this year? Are we not? They're mixing in some young guys. What's the real story there? The last thing you want is to be expert. Imenting against Lamar Jackson and that football. This would be one thing in week 10 or week 11, sure, fine. But it's week 3. And on top of that, you're in Rio de Janeiro, okay? You're not in Dallas, my friend. You're literally in a whole different country right now. So I'm handing a clear, big advantage to the Baltimore Ravens, no question. Actually, I also find this to be a really fascinating matchup. I'd say these are probably my top 2 intriguing games, the 49ers against the Rams, and then this one, Ravens versus Cowboys. I really hope I remember this take because it's obviously months down the road, but I think this game has serious blowout potential for the Ravens to win it, clearly. And it's not that I'm doubting the Cowboys. I actually think Dallas will be fairly strong this season and quite competitive. In fact, I suppose I'm in the minority here, but I actually like what Schottenheimer has done with that team. Again, I believe they'll get better. I see no reason their offense won't be just as great as last year, and the defense, how could it not improve? It has to be better than it was, right? But under these specific circumstances, so early in the season, based on how I've seen Dak and the Cowboys handle things when the situation is a bit looser, combined with what Lamar Jackson does against the NFC, where this game is being played, and the coaching staff differences, I just think the Baltimore Ravens are perfectly positioned to completely overwhelm the Dallas Cowboys. And that could change, of course. After I see what happens in week 1 or week 2, I might flip entirely. So this isn't set in stone. This pen doesn't even write ink. I always hold this specific one because I need something in my hand, and I use it so I don't end up covered in ink. So no, it's not written in ink. It's written in air. But yeah. The more I thought about this game, the more I came to realize, yeah. Put it this way. If the Ravens are the team I think they are, and if the Cowboys are the team I think they are, then Baltimore controls this matchup from the opening kickoff to the final whistle. Game, set, match, over. And you're just sitting there thinking, oh, okay then. The Cowboys are clearly not on the Ravens' level. So that's what makes it so compelling to me, because technically, this is one of the early barometer games for both teams, really. But yeah. I don't know, man. It's just speaking to me right now. Something in my gut says the Ravens run away with it. I simply don't trust the Dallas Cowboys in this environment at this stage. I don't trust Dak Prescott in that environment either, at that stage. I just don't. Then again, you have Lamar Jackson going against a defense still trying to find its identity. And obviously, Lamar's mobility, Derrick Henry's power, I just think that offense is going to travel extremely well into that setting. Honestly, the more I talk about it, the more excited I get for that game and that matchup, just because of how I expect it to unfold. Right? Yeah. I could easily see something like a 42-14 scoreline. A couple of interceptions, a few explosive Lamar plays where you just nod and say, yep, that's Lamar. Like, yeah. I can picture 42-14, the Ravens just dominating the Cowboys. Multiple turnovers, multiple moments where we catch Dak Prescott staring off into space, and the commentators go, well, Prescott doesn't look too happy right now. You know the scene, him and CD Lamb having an animated discussion on the sideline, and the supposedly much improved defense suddenly looking lost. But that's a very different challenge going up against Lamar Jackson than, say, Daniel Jones. So yeah. I'm convinced this might be the most exciting game that intrigues me the most. Although, I do think the 49ers versus the Rams obviously has higher stakes, division game, week 1, right? That's a very specific situation for them. Whereas that's not necessarily the case for the Ravens and Cowboys. But still, this one is definitely up there among the most intriguing matchups. Mainly because of how I think it will play out, not because of what's necessarily on the line. So yeah. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you all think about the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Rio de Janeiro in Week 3? Who do you think wins? Which offense travels well? Do you understand what I mean about the blowout potential because of these two specific teams? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, whether you agree with me or disagree. Either way, let's start some discussions. Let's get into some debates. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here. I would absolutely love to see you be part of it. I want to create something we all feel genuinely connected to, something we're really excited to belong to. I think we're well on our way. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.